something that you can't show before you start living with each other.
That is kind of true. Kind of true. I'm saying
kind
kind of
of,
because we live in the 21st century.
Well, yeah, the example I gave was stupid, but it
Yeah,
was
yeah,
still
yeah.
an example.
I mean, welcome guys
to Double Babble, where we are going to talk about something so simple
yet so complicated.
Yes, and today's topic I think kind of falls in the middle.
In the both categories,
Yeah.
It's something that we are used to seeing,
Yes.
sadly doing in our everyday life.
Yeah.
Well, it's a means to survive, if you can say that.
We can say that, I think.
It's not a good thing, but it's a realistic one.
Yes, I mean, it's not that it's not a good thing. I mean, there are situations where it's better to do it.
Yeah.
But it's not
Ideal.
Yeah, it's not ideal.
It can, if you can avoid it, it's better to avoid it.
Yeah.
If you cannot, oh well, you cannot. I think it's good to know.
Yes.
We know that you read it down low. We're not fooling ourselves, but still, we can let you know.
Today's topic is, well, how are we going to title it?
When and why do we need to be two-faced?
Yeah, I like it.
Okay, one-faced, two-faced, two-faced.
Yeah, and well,
we basically just started. Like, why do we have to be double-faced? Double-faced, two-faced.
Yeah, I don't know why you like saying double-faced.
I don't know, because for me, two-faced and double-faced is basically being two different people.
Yeah.
I know it's like, it's not right to say double-faced, but you're one person on one side, and then you're another person on the other side, which makes you a double agent.
Kind of, yeah. Well, okay. What's your opinion on the topic? Why do you think there are situations in which it's good to be two-faced?
In situations when you need to avoid conflict.
Yes.
For example, conflict maybe in the work environment as well. So you will get along better with your colleagues,
yeah.
and your management, even if you want. Maybe those are the acceptable situations, and basically most of the time in my daily life is to avoid conflict.
Yes, because let's say in your work environment, you're working with a big group of people, and every person is a different person, has different opinions, and there are people though that if they don't like the way that you are thinking,
they can judge you.
Conflict can be started, and like you said, to avoid that,
it's better to be two-faced.
Well, yeah, and two-faced in the meaning, let's say, not saying your true opinion on the matter. Basically, like what I would do, just agree with the other person and let it go.
Let it go. Let it go. Well, yeah, this is one of the situations that is acceptable to be two-faced. But if we're talking about in the work environment, then you won't be like just two-faced. You'll be like triple, four, or because with each and every person you have to not just find the best approach, but get into their mentality and act and do everything the same way that they do, so you can get along.
Yes, you will have people with which you are going to act in one way, and there are people with which you're going to act in another way. Yeah. And that's basically why we say it's two-faced.
And that's true, but in this kind of environment, in the work environment, yes, you can act two-faced for a long time period, for a long period of time.
Yes, in order to because you're seeing these people every day, and it's going to be, like you said, a long period of time, and you have to be in good
Terms, yeah.
Yeah.
But do you think that there will be like a time, at a point, that you're just going to say, that's enough? I don't want to...
Oh, of course, there always comes a time where you get enough, and the bucket is full.
Oh, it's overflowing.
It's overflowing, yeah, and...
What do you do in those kinds of situations? Do you actually show your true self? Or you just stick it down deep inside you and just go on?
Well, me personally, I've never worked long enough in an environment where there were a lot of people. I mean, in the company where the two of us were working, I was in a big team. We were like 150 people in one
You were
room.
a lot.
Yeah, they were a lot, but I never got close to any of them. I mean,
Hello.
well, we knew each other
It doesn't
before
matter,
that.
we work together.
Well, we actually didn't work together. You were...
Technicalities.
Yeah.
Technicalities.
I mean, the only time that we saw each other was at lunch, and even then it was...
Or when your shift ended and you were waiting for me. I think you
Yeah.
got along very well with my colleagues because
Yes,
we
yes.
were much
You were a
much
smaller
group.
team. Yeah, you were a smaller team, and you guys got along pretty well, and me through you, I got along with them very well.
True.
And but with my team, I didn't get close with most of them. I mean, I got close with the people that were nearer to me
Yeah.
in the role that we were working, and it was to a point where if we didn't have as much work to do, we could chat a little bit
Yeah.
on various topics. Yeah, but and I worked at the firm. I think it was for
almost 6 months.
More like 4 months and 20 days. I think it was.
Okay.
Near 5 months.
Hmm.
And I never got to a point where I was like, this is enough. I mean, I had people that I was avoiding because I saw how they treated other people. And so I never even tried to
Get along with them.
Yeah,
But still, when you had to, you just had to become double-faced because you had to double-faced again.
It's okay.
Get used to me saying double-faced. That's it. So you had to become two-faced with them because you just had to get along with them.
Well, not as much as I've told you. We were just too big of a team, and most of the time I never even interacted with them, which was good for me. but yeah, I mean, I on the question you asked, I personally think that if I am in a situation like that and I've just had enough, I would just find a way to get out of it. I wouldn't confront the person. I wouldn't try to change his way of thinking. I wouldn't try to change my way of thinking. I would just try to find a way not to interact with that person, because it just builds up anger in me and frustration, and it's not something that...
Maybe in these kinds of situations when you just had enough, it's like better to
remove yourself from the situation.
Not just like basically literally to remove yourself from the situation, just to go out, get out of there, take a few days. We have our guest honor. Hi, Mikey.
Guest of honor.
Hi, Mikey. Oh. So, as I was saying, what we basically, you have to like exit from a situation.
Yeah.
Literally, take yourself out for a few days, for a few hours, and everything, just so this anger will not be built.
Yeah.
And yeah, but still, I'm not sure. Although I don't want to be shady or something, but even in our small circle of colleagues that we were, I think that some of us had to be like two-faced.
Why?
Because we're different characters. We're different people. We're not going to always to get along with each other, and sometimes you had to like swallow everything that you had to say in order for the good words to just flow, for the good work environment.
Yeah.
And I think that those are the situations, the only situations that you can like be two-faced.
Yes. Yes, because when we grow up, we are thought that it's not good to be two-faced.
Yeah.
And that's why we thought of this topic, because we are grown-ups right now.
Are we?
Well, in age.
Out.
Well, we are grown-ups. We are adults, we can say. And we have seen from our personal experience that even though that it's not good, we were thought it's not good, but there are certain situations in which you have to
Yeah, exactly.
be like that.
True. I don't like those kinds of situations, but I'll still go and do them because
Yes,
for
the greater good, for the
Yeah.
bigger picture.
Exactly, but still I wouldn't like to do it on a regular basis.
Yes.
This is why I think that you and I do get along very well, because we voice out our opinions. If it's hurtful to you, you know I'm gonna say it. If it's hurtful to me, I know you're gonna say it. But
Well, yeah, but between us, we know that if it's hurtful, it's for our own good.
Exactly.
And
to change the thing that
yes, because it's better to hear it from your family or from your closest friends,
yes,
than to hear it from a total stranger.
Exactly.
Then it's going to hurt more.
exactly. It's not just going to hurt more, it's going to make you feel, if it was me, okay, I'm going to not just be more hurt, I'm going to be more embarrassed.
Yes.
More
yes.
embarrassed than anything else. It's just that I don't mind people telling me the truth. It's their
Exactly.
truth.
Yes.
It's not up to me to accept it 100%, but it's their truth. I respect it. But still, I'm just going to be embarrassed. And this is one of the difficult things, because I'm always used to, once upon a time, I always used to keep everything to myself, never say the truth, always keep it to me, never voice it out, just to be the bigger person and to always shut up and just listen and to smile politely.
Yeah.
But then I grew up, and then I really did grow up, and I figured that even if I just keep silent, people are still going to be treating me in a way. I was like a two-faced person because I hated it from the inside, but then I couldn't show it. And then I started to say, fudge it, I'm gonna be me. And I'm like, I started saying what I think. It doesn't matter how painful it is, and sometimes I do regret it, because sometimes it's not something that should be said.
Yeah.
But it did not just make things better, it did make me feel better. And going back into those situations when I had to be something and do something that I fought for years to change, it's difficult. It's not impossible, it's just difficult.
Yeah.
It's not good, it's just kind of painful. And I don't like those kinds of situations. I do prefer to surround myself with people I can honestly say everything.
Yeah.
Not every time, because some people sometimes are going to get hurt, and I've hurt a lot of people, close people.
Yeah.
And I do apologize about that. But what I say is what I think, and what I think is what I say.
Exactly.
The only environment I can be two-faced in is work environment, just to get along. And even then, I try to avoid talking to people rather than being two-faced.
Yes, I'm exactly the same. Well, growing up, me personally, I didn't have many friends, as I've said in previous podcasts, and I think it was because I was hyperactive, and because people just couldn't handle the energy, I guess, around me, and that's why when I didn't have as many close friends, when I was little, I didn't I haven't been in situations in which I had to be two-faced. I mean, growing up, I was able to speak only my truth, and I guess it was up to the other person to decide whether he was going to stay with me, become close with me, and etc.
So maybe this is one of the reasons why you are so easy to open up.
Probably, yeah.
And if you guys don't know what we're talking about, check our other podcast,
The previous one.
Spit Your Mother's Milk, and you'll find a few more details about us as well.
Yes.
Well, shameless plug.
Yes, exactly.
But everything is related, so maybe because you didn't have that many friends around you and you weren't used to being two-faced. Now, how does it feel when you have to do it?
It's painful, I guess, on the inside. I mean, it's difficult because I don't like doing it, and when I have to, I feel guilty in some kind of way.
You just don't feel yourself.
Yes, and
you're not your authentic you.
So yeah, that's why I try to assess the situation and figure out how I should be acting.
Whether you should be your true self or someone else.
Yes.
Kind of someone else. Even when you're two-faced though, you're like a part of you shows up, because
well, yes,
we're not like straight lined all the time the same. We're different people in different situations. We grow a different person. No, this is not the correct way to say personalities.
No, I guess you're just acting in certain situations, and the way you're acting is based on let's say, how are you feeling in that moment, because that is, by the way, for me at least, another way to say that you're acting two-faced. Like, let's say that you are angry at something, but the other person that isn't in your personal life shouldn't know that you are angry, and so you push that anger deep inside and you're acting friendly with the person, even though that you personally right in that moment you don't want to do that. You want to yell at the world. And personally, I've seen my mother is a specialist in this kind of situations. Let's say she's angry with me or with my sister, and we are fighting, but her phone rings and it's one of her colleagues, and she's like yelling, picking up the phone. Hi, how are you?
This is basically what I feel like when I'm at work.
Yeah.
Basically, the other day I was so angry at a customer, basically being entitled person,
Yeah.
which are not my favorite people. Never mind that. So I hung up the phone, I made sure it's hung up, and I started asking, why is this person acting like this? Why could you do this? And I got angrier and angrier and angrier.
Yeah.
And then the phone rang and I was like, hi, how can I help? And it's like totally different people. This is why
This is, I think, another
example of
being two-faced. Yeah, but it's another example for a situation in which in which it is good to do that, because the person
well, in your mom's situation
isn't inclined to.
Exactly. I was about to say that in your mom's situation, the colleague that was ringing, she's not like part of the family, because these are family matters.
Yes,
after
exactly.
all. And not everyone are going to let everyone know what is going on, how to deal with things. But still, I'm sorry. Still, she just put her other face, her other mask, no matter how much angry, and I bet she was angry inside.
Yeah.
No matter that, she just put her best foot forward and picked up the phone and became a different person.
Yes.
Still, those are the good situation to be like a two-faced person.
Yes.
But then there are some people that are just used to being like that.
Yes, exactly, and it doesn't matter whether you're in his close circle of friends or something like that. That person is always going to be two-faced. He's going to act with you in a certain way, and then behind your back he's going to talk shit about you. And there are people which are like that.
Which I don't understand. I want to understand how you can do it.
Why do you do it?
Exactly why, but maybe that's the way they're used to. Maybe because sometimes, I don't know why I think that this is just the environment that they grew up in. It can be changed. It always can be changed, bless you. It can always be changed, but just have to work on it. You have to want to work on it.
Yes.
First and foremost.
And maybe there are some people who just think of you in some type of way in what moment, and in the other moment they change their opinion and decide something totally different about you, and then when they see you again they change their opinion again. I mean, it could be because of that. It could be because of changing opinion.
Could be because they changed themselves, but I don't know.
Yes, it could be, again, let's say it's your close circle of friends. Let's say it's your close circle of friends, and you have a friend, let's say, who is acting really friendly with you, but in the span of, not in the span, in time, you find out that he has been talking shit about you behind your back. And let's say that he's doing that because he is afraid to voice his opinion in front of you. Let's say there is something about you that annoys him, but he can't say it in your face. And that's why he says it behind your back to other people.
This is why I would always say that being open and being... basically, whatever you have to say it to the person's face. Don't say it behind their back. It's going to hurt 10 times more of them finding out from someone else that you said this, and this about them, about you behind their back. Just be honest.
Yes.
Well, just be... I don't want to say it because I don't think it's true. Just be a person. Grow bigger balls. It's something that it's true. I mean,
well, yeah.
It's painful sometimes, but it's better to hear it from the person that thinks this way than to hear it from a third party.
Yes, of course. And what do you think about being two-faced in relationships? Let's say.
Is that even a relationship?
Well, I'm just asking for your
Depends on-
opinion.
If it's a friend relationship, no. If it's a romantic relationship, no way.
A bigger no.
A bigger no. No, you cannot be with someone and be two-faced. Like,
But don't you think that in the beginning of a romantic relationship, let's say, we are always
we're always, yeah.
at some level two-faced, and I don't mean it like talking to the person in one way and then talking behind his back. I mean that we are not showing
You have to
our true colors.
Exactly. Well, in the beginning of the relationship, when you meet, when you started to flirt, if you don't know how to do it, check out our other podcast.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm just going to be shamelessly plugging everything we have. In the beginning, when you flirt, when you start to get to know each other, yes, you're going to be the best version of you that you can ever imagine, so you can impress the person.
Yeah.
And they can get to know you, and trying it to show interest in you. But if you stay this way and you don't show your true colors during the whole relationship up till the point, because I have heard of situations where one of the partners wasn't her true self, their true self, and they were like 2-3 years into the relationship, and then all of a sudden they start living with each other, and it's like, he changed, she's not the same. And that's true. Because they didn't show any part of their true self.
But there are some aspects which can't be shown until you start living with each other. Because for me at least, I've never been in a relationship leading to that stage. But for me at least, the only thing I guess that you can't be showing are your habits. Like, let's say, well, the other person might not like the way you brush your teeth even.
Oh, come on.
But that's something that you can't show before you start living with each other.
That is kind of true. Kind of true. I'm saying
kind of,
because we live in the 21st century.
Well, yeah, the example I gave was stupid, but it was still an example.
I mean, in an actual relationship, before you take the moving in part, you have lived together. You have spent at least 1 week together on a vacation or on something, on a getaway.
Well, yeah, and we can count the nights that you're going to sleep at each other's places. Let's say
sleep.
Well, you are going to sleep eventually.
At some point, yes, that's true. Yes. Come on.
It's moving time.
Live and on camera.
Oh, I'm not going to
doesn't
wait
want
for
to.
you. Here you go.
You comfy?
Oh, wait. I'm full of hairs, Mikey, because of you.
Wait. So, yeah, okay, you're going to spend the nights with each other, but still, this is like it's still, you have to show your true self, even in those nights. There is no relationship that you can stay in where you can keep pretending. Because you are kind of pretending. Like, you have to be a very good actor not to...
Yes, because in time, you're going to slip up. And as you said, you have to really be a really good actor not to slip up.
Or actress. Yeah, that's true. And I don't know. Relationships, being two-faced, a huge no.
Yeah, for me too. I was just asking for your...
Yeah, I know. This is what I'm basically summing up.
Yes.
It's a huge no. Friendships, being two-faced, acquaintances, yes.
Well, yeah,
Friends?
and as we said, there are situations in which it is good.
Well, basically, there is an exception to every exception.
Yes,
Anyway,
of course.
So, yeah. We know each and every one of us, each and every person knows their own limits, their own rights, and their own situations in which they can be true-faced, and to what extent
Yes.
they have to be a two-faced person.
Yeah, two-faced, because you said true-faced.
I know. I so want to be true-faced to myself and to everyone, but there are situations that you just cannot afford to be 100% you. There are situations that you just have to be someone else or something else.
Yes, and in the world that we live in, I guess it is harder to...
Nowadays it's much harder to stay true to yourself. You're going to be judged no matter what.
Yes, and you can't appeal to everyone in the same way.
True.
And that's why you, how can you say it, manage the people that are around you?
Yeah, but manage, I'm not sure.
What happened to you? Hello?
I'm sorry, I spaced out for a bit. I was thinking how I do it sometimes, and it's just...
Yeah, it's awful. It's an awful feeling deep inside.
Yeah, it's disturbing, really disturbing.
And you're like, I don't want to do this, but...
You know you have to do it.
You know you have to in order to preserve some kind of
relationship, some kind
of
good
tone.
Yeah.
Ah.
And yeah, if you want, you can share with us what kind of situations do you think
are
being
good.
Two-faced will be good.
Yeah. Have you been in a situation where you have had to be
two-faced? Which one was the worst that you have felt, and what was the topic about? Do you remember?
Yes, and I guess this wraps up our topic for today. As always, like, subscribe, share your thoughts down below. Yes, our social media links will be down below, as our previous podcasts.
Yeah. You can always hear them, listen to them, if you want to get to know us better. And I said, if you want to learn how to flirt authentically,
yes,
you can listen to the podcast. And if they want to learn why you are the way that you are,
yes,
spitting your mother's milk, you can always listen to that podcast.
Yes. And we'll see you babblers next time. Bye.
Bye.